Hello, my dear children of class 7. Hope all of you are doing well. Today, we are going to continue with the chapter sound. Now, the types of sound. Human being can hear different types of sounds depending on their frequencies. Sounds are categorized as infrasonic, audible, and ultrasonic sound. Let's move on to infrasonic sounds. Any sound with a frequency less than 20 Hz cannot be detected by human ears. Less than 20 Hz means it is very less. Alright, you will not be able to. The sound which we cannot hear is known as infrasonic sounds. Animals such as whales, giraffes, many birds, and elephants produce infrasonic sounds to communicate with each other. Now, when they are talking in their language, they can hear, but unfortunately, we cannot hear those. Why? Because they are producing the type of sound that is infrasonic, which is not audible to us. Vibrations generated by earthquakes, underground nuclear explosions, and tides produce infrasonic sounds. See, elephants and whales and some animals can detect earthquake, all right, because they can also hear infrasonic sounds. So, that is why that gives them the ability to run away from, say, when there is a tsunami, run away from the sea beaches, run away from the near the coastal areas and go to a safer place. Infrasonic sound is also referred to as infrasound. Now, audible range of sound. The sound which we can hear is having a frequency between 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz and can be heard by humans. This is called the audible range of sound, the sound that can be heard by us. If the sound is more than 20,000 Hz, then we cannot hear it. If the sound is less than 20 Hz, as in the case of infrasonic sounds, we will not be able to hear it. The upper limit continues to decrease as age decreases. Now, as the person grows older, this upper limit of the sound decreases. That is, it becomes less than 20,000 Hz. Next, we have ultrasonic sound. Now, any sound with a frequency above the audible range of hearing, that is above 20,000 Hz, is called ultrasonic sound. Dogs, cats, bats, and dolphins have ultrasonic sound. Dogs, cats, bats, and dolphins have the ability to detect ultrasonic sounds or ultrasounds. Bats emit and detect ultrasonic waves to navigate at night. The ultrasound scans and echocardiograms are used by doctors to diagnose disease using ultrasound, which we often term as ultrasonography. Sound needs a medium to propagate. Now, sound waves needs a medium for traveling, for compression and rarefactions to transport their energy from one location to another. Sound cannot travel in space because there is no medium in space. It means that sound cannot travel through a vacuum where there are no particles. Sound can travel through solids, liquids, and gases because there are molecules present there. Now, sound can travel through a solid. You can experience this by keeping your ear on a desk and gently scratching it. You will hear the sound normally louder when you are just hearing it when you are by normally sitting than when you are putting your ears on the desk. The sound you hear when your ear is pressed to the desk is much louder than when you hear it without pressing your ear to the desk. This shows actually that sound transmits better through solid than air. Sound can also travel through a liquid. Fill a large bowl or bucket with water. Take 2 spoons and tap them together under the water. Keep your ears close to the bucket of water. See if you can hear the sound. If you can hear the sound, it means that sound travels through water. Whales and dolphins communicate each other using sound. Characteristics of a sound wave. Now, basically, there are three main characteristics of sound waves: pitch, loudness, and quality. Let us come to pitch. You have heard this topic about pitch when we say that a person is having a shrill voice. Alright. So, the pitch of a baby's voice is higher than that of an adult. The baby cries very in a high pitch sound. Also, the voice of a woman usually has a higher pitch than that of a man. Higher the pitch, shriller is the sound. Pitch distinguishes a sharp sound from a dull sound. How shrill the sound is. You can understand how shrill the sound is by considering the sound of a woman and the sound of a man. A voice of a man and a voice of a woman.
So objects that vibrate fast have a higher pitch. We know that objects that vibrate fast have high frequencies and objects that vibrate slowly have lower frequencies. This means that objects with higher pitch have a high frequency and objects with a lower pitch have low frequencies. Alright. Next, let us come to loudness. The term loudness is relative. A music that sounds loud to you might not be loud to your friend. The loudness of a sound depends on intensity of the vibrating source and the distance between the listener and the source. That means where you are standing and from where the sound is coming. If the vibrating source has greater amplitude means, I hope you remember, then it produces more intense compressions and rarefactions. So apart from the distance from the source, loudness also depends on amplitude of the vibration. Loudness is measured in decibel. Say whispering has 30 decibels, normal conversation has 60 decibels. Heavy traffic means 80 to 89 decibel, loud thunder 110 decibels, rock concert is 120 decibel. Loud sounds can often lead to hearing loss. Shouting into someone's ear could lead to hearing loss. It is possible to have hearing loss in less than 5 minutes at a rock concert. Next, we have quality or timbre. How is that you were able to recognize different people by just hearing their voice? Sound quality or timbre allows us to distinguish between sounds having the same pitch and loudness. So I hope you are clear till here, children. We will continue with the remaining part of the chapter in the next class. Till then, stay safe at home. Thank you, children.